versus Martyr Proclamation. It's got a Soul Sisters element to it. That's Steve McGarrah on the right, Austin Yost on the left. Austin has gotten top 8 at one of these Legacy events before, and he has won one, both times with Mono Red. Now, the problem with Mono Red, generally speaking, in Legacy, is that sometimes really crazy, insane things happen too soon for you to be able to deal with it. But that's not the problem for him here. The problem for him here is Steve McGarrah's entire deck is designed to gain life.
Yeah, and there we have this Soul's Attendant. Sorry, I know I'm going to get mixed up between Sarah Ascendant and Soul's Attendant because they're both in the deck. 3 Soul's Attendants in the deck. As long as this is the other Soul Warden, right? Gave the deck its name when it was back in Standard as the Soul Sisters deck, right?
I'm going to say, game 1, I don't think Austin has much of a chance.
Yeah, his deck is designed to do 20 as fast as possible, and Steve's fine with that. Go ahead, do 20, because I'm going to gain probably 20 more.
Yeah.
So there's a Martyr of Sands, and Austin had a turn 1 Grim Lavamancer. Steve already up to 21 now.
Wow. I mean, I think the only thing I would be doing now if I was Austin was trying to hang on long enough to find out how Steve wins.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's probably pretty clear to Austin what's happening on the other side of the table.
Yeah,
it may have been clear with the turn 1 Soul's Attendant.
Yeah, well, I mean, the question is kind of sort of, what are the small details of the other deck? Because I don't think that there's any way that Austin's deck, main deck, can win from this position already on turn 2. I think it's just done.
Well, that sets things up pretty nicely for a story if Austin's able to win this match. Because Steve's deck is the foil to a burn deck.
Yeah. I mean, I have definitely played burn-style decks and beaten Martyr before, but it's been because I was set up for it, you know? Austin's deck is not.
Yeah, this deck is not one you see very often. In fact, I don't believe I've ever done commentary on a Martyr Proc match.
I've never seen one in Legacy. I know it exists, but I mean,
it's such a
50 archetypes
deck, yeah.
exist, 70 archetypes, 90 archetypes. I'm making up big numbers, but you know, you get the point.
And so a Suspended Rift Bolt from Austin and a Vexing Devil, and Steve will happily pay the life. He's at 22. He's like, fine. It's like, whatever. You shocked me, basically. And Grim Lavamancer attacks. Martyr of Sands gets in the way, and we have an activation.
Ranger, Stoneforge Mystic.
So that's a life gain of 9 there. So Martyr of Sands, for those of you guys who may not have ever played with it.
Oh wait, there might have been more. That's all I could see.
Oh, we can only see 3. Okay. Well, Martyr of Sands is pay 1, reveal X white cards from your hand, sacrifice Martyr of Sands. You gain 3 times X life. So that was it was apparently. Well, I thought he went to 18 from the Vexing Devil. Okay, he might have, yeah. So he gained 9, I believe, and then just gained another one from a Stoneforge Mystic, which is finding a Batterskull. Batterskull also quite good against a burn deck in general, in addition to Steve's other 59 cards. And Soul's Attendant going to get in there. So yeah, Steve blocked with the Martyr of Sands and sacrificed it and gained a bunch of life. Rift Bolt takes care of the Stoneforge Mystic, so that's one problem temporarily solved for Austin. Another Rift Bolt, and passes the turn. Austin prepared to shoot something with the Lavamancer now. Steve plays Stoneforge Mystic number 2. And in response
to the casting, we shoot the Soul's
Attendant. Yeah, so before the Stoneforge comes into play and gains Steve 1 more life, Austin shoots the Soul's Attendant. And Umezawa's Jite is next on the docket for the Stoneforge Mystic. So now we know Steve's hand is Batterskull, GT, and a few more cards.
Beta School, GT, Ranger of Yost.
Oh, Ranger of Yost, we did see that.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure what else.
Rift Bolt to the face, I believe, there.
Yeah.
Steve goes down to 26. Austin finds a third mountain. 1, 2 says,
Flame Rift.
is that what that was?
4 damage
Rift.
to everybody.
All right, and
And then 2 damage to the Mystic.
kill the Mystic.
He's almost gotten Steve down to 20.
Yeah. Caracas from Steve.
I would not be surprised for Steve to lay a Chalice of Life.
There's a Mother of Runes.
Mom
And
GT.
GT. And that's going to be trouble. Austin's going to want to keep all creatures off the table just to keep that GT from ever connecting.
He fetches. I bet you he'll shoot the face and then burn the mom with the burn with
the
2
lava
spells.
answer. Yep. All right. So 4 mana for Austin. He's going to go ahead and chain lightning.
To the face. You
Yep,
go down
you.
to 19. Under 20 finally.
Yeah. That's a success right there.
Take that, Mom.
The Lavamancer takes out
I'm not going to take out the garbage.
Mother of Runes. Yeah.
Proclamation.
And there is a proclamation. That is the proc half of Martyr proc. We saw Martyr. Now we have proc. And Mother of Runes comes back. Soul's Attendant comes back. Martyr of Sands comes back. All right into play. That card is sick. Proclamation of Rebirth.
Yikes.
From the original Ravnica block, Dissension to be specific.
Hey. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is rough. Austin needs like a Pyroclasm or something. Nothing in the deck that is at all Pyroclasm-esque. In the, as far as like wiping the board.
Okay, kills Mom.
Chain Lightning for Mother of Runes.
Kills somebody else. The Martyr, I
Lightning
believe.
Bolt for
Grim to kill the rest. That's 3.
Yeah, Austin just like
Austin is empty now. Nothing left.
and Steve is at 21. And there's
Another
another Soul's
attendant.
Attendant. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay.
Come
Another
on.
Mother of Runes. She's like, didn't I just deal with these guys twice? Whew. This is rough. And it's mountain number 6. Austin says go. Lavamancer looking very lame there. No fuel at all. And we have Mother of Runes on the table with the Soul's Attendant.
I mean,
and
Steve's
a
almost
GT.
down to 20.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Austin may have already done 20 damage worth of, or 20 power, or 20 points of life, or points of damage to Steve in this game. But all that life gain, whew.
I believe that Steve has gained 15 life so far this game, so.
Yeah, you've been counting. All right.
I have, actually.
So Lavamancer gets in front of the Soul's Attendant, but Soul's Attendant picked up a GT. Actually, I'm sorry, Lavamancer did not get in front of it. GT connected and Lavamancer died to the GT counter.
And then he pumped it looks like. Trying to end this game quick. Ranger.
Ranger is giving a thumbs up.
You may ask yourself why Austin is not scooping yet. He's just gleaning a little bit of information, I think.
How did I get here?
Nice.
I know if I'm playing a burn deck and I'm facing down the Steve side of the board, I'm asking myself, how did I get here? How could this happen?
What I usually like is the feeling that the other player gets when you beat them with that deck. And they're like, how did this happen?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a clear favorite here, especially in game 1 in this match. I mean, sometimes just gaining a little bit of life is enough to beat the burn deck because they're so intent on dealing 20. If you can somehow gain 5 over the course of the game, that's enough to stop them and win before they can actually kill you. But the amount of life gain Steve's deck is capable of, I think it's just entirely out of Austin's reach. So, Soul Warden comes down, another Soul Warden comes down, a Serra Ascendant comes down, another Serra Ascendant comes down, and if we're going to get some life total updates, right now it says 26, it may be more than that. Is it actually 26? It's 34. I thought that was a little more accurate. I assumed he was over 30 at this point, so that makes those Serra Ascendants turned on. And that makes them pretty hefty. Austin at 4. Steve doesn't even need those Ascendants. And all right, Austin Yost going to go to the sideboard and see if there's anything he can do.
And in fact, there is. Sulfuric Vortex. That's a helpful card against this opponent.
2 copies of Sulfuric Vortex.
He might want to consider Smash to Smithereens. He can assume it likely that his opponent will drop an artifact. And I think I would stop there. If you're really, really, really afraid of the proc,
you can go
then you go Fairy
Macabre.
Macabre. But I think what Austin kind of wants to do is play cleanup crew here. He can't expect anything to really work that does temporary work. So Vexing Devil, I think that's probably got to go. Flame Rift might want to go. Lava Spike is not great. Price of Progress is okay, but not great. It's less good than he might realize. He happened to see Cavern Caracas. Well, there's only 5 non-basics in Steve's deck.
Yeah,
so
4 Caverns, 1 Caracas. So
there's a lot to work with here. If he got rid of Price and Vexing Devil to start, that's more than enough to take care of his extra cards he needs.
Yeah, maybe keep a couple of Vexing Devils.
Heck, maybe actually just kill the prices and have that be your 4 cards there.
Right, Smash the Smithereens and Sulfuric Vortex, yeah.
And
I think because the Vexing Devil at least does something. I think it does a lot more than the Price of Progress.
Right.
Does and 4. Price costs twice as much and does probably less.
Perhaps you cut 2 Flame Rifts for 2 Fairy Macabre, so a late game Proclamation won't get there. On the other side, unfortunately for Austin, Steve has Leyline of Sanctity, which all by itself I think just wins the match. The only way for Austin to get past Leyline of Sanctity is to have Sulfuric Vortex and an attacking creature take care of everything.
Yeah, the other card that Steve has, and if he's at all prepared for a burn deck, he's probably going to bring it in, is Tempest of Light, which destroys all enchantments, which removes the Sulfuric Vortex from the board. Now, I know it's very narrow, but Sulfuric Vortex could win the game on its own for Austin, so I'm willing to side in 2 cards that'll trump that trump if I'm Steve. Also, hey, it's a white card. Gains him life with Martyr, so it's not as if it's completely dead. If you're just joining us, I'm Joey Pasco in the booth with Adrian Sullivan, and we're coming to you guys live from Denver, Colorado, where we are bringing you coverage of the Legacy Open.
Oh, look at that. Starts with a ley line in play.
The first 7 cards always has a ley line. Austin Yost with Burn, trying to overcome the deck that Steve has packed today. Martyr Proc, all about life gain. And Steve has started game 2 with not only up a game, but he has hexproof. So a Vexing Devil from Austin on turn 2 here. Oh, I'm sorry, that was actually turn 1. Yeah, he was on the play. The ley line threw me off a little bit. Steve just says, planes go.
Oi. Tive, a goodie, an oldie but a goodie.
So Tithe is very similar to land tax. Is
Yeah.
that right?
White, instant. Search your library for a plains and put it into your hand. That's not the basic plains, any plains. And then if your opponent has more lands than you, do it again.
So he's just going to find one plains here. But it's something. Austin's probably fine with that. It didn't gain Steve any life. That's fine. I don't know about getting over the obstacle that is Leyline of Sanctity, though. Martyr Sands.
Vomit.
And he's immediately using it because it does not require tapping to use that ability. Just pay 1 and reveal some cards. So that just put Steve up to 25, showing Soul's Attendant, I believe another Ranger of Eos. Didn't quite see the third card. Grim Lavamancer for Austin.
This is a nightmare.
It
for
really
Austin.
is. It really, really is. I can't imagine how Austin wins a game in this match, especially now with the ley line. So, Soul's Attendant, Stoneforge Mystic from Steve McGarrah.
Retrieves a Batterskull.
I like LL Cool Dave on Twitter mentions, I wouldn't blame Austin for conceding the match on turn 1 there and taking a food break this round. This was 15 minutes ago at the beginning of game 1. But Austin's a trooper. He's going to try it. He's going to try to see what he can do here. Not give up so easily. He does take out the Stoneforge Mystic with the Grim Lavamancer there.
Johnny's Pride Mates immediately gains a token because of the life gain on the Soul's Attendant.
Nice little interaction there.
In for 1. And Austin's like, that's enough. That's enough. You'll notice his quick scoop here, whereas before he did a long, slow wait. Well, he doesn't stand anything to gain to learn by losing the second game. You know? It's just going to be essentially a really bad time for him.
So just to point out something, he has incorporated Sensei's Divining Top and Terminus into the list, but it is not a Miracle deck. I wouldn't call it Miracles. I'd call it more Stoneblade. He plays Terminus. That's, plays Top and Terminus. Also plays Counterbalance out of the board, but I don't see any other Miracles. So, as you can see, these guys have actually just gotten started, I guess, while we were getting the deck lists. And we've already got Counterbalance and Top on the board. Well, Vinny goes ahead and counters the bolt by flipping his Top. And now he activated it before flipping so that he could take a look and rearrange the top a few cards. Draws. I believe he may have kept the Sensei's Divining Top on top. And I'm going to say the word top a lot in this match. There's a Snapcaster Mage from Vinnie Gorman. So, on board. Okay, so that's Snapcaster, Swords to Plowshares on the Tarmogoyf. So now on board we have Counterbalance and Stoneforge Mystic, both on Vinnie Gorman's side of the board. Ian Crow down 1 Tarmogoyf. And has a second one to add to the board. And on the top, blind flip, well, quote-unquote blind, Vinnie Gorman has a Snapcaster to counter it with the Counterbalance trigger. Nimble Mongoose comes down, resolves. Vinnie draws his Snapcaster Mage. And I believe we're going to see Sensei's Divining Top here, and there it is. Sensei's Top Soul Bond, sorry, not Soul Bind, with the Counterbalance.
Now, Vinny's deck, this Counterbalance package is in the sideboard. So
it is, yes. So this is game 2.
So if you're wondering what the heck, that's why.
And Snapcaster just jumps in front of that Nimble Mongoose, which is clearly a little bigger than a typical one-drop. Clearly thresholded. Yeah, I mean, this deck is kind of a hybrid of... It's mostly Stoneblade, but it has incorporated the Miracles. On Twitter, Kobe Spaeth mentions the people he knows call it Miracle Blade.
Miracle Blade's not bad.
It's not bad. The only thing is there's only 3 Miracles. It's just 3 Terminus. So I don't really feel like, it's not winning with Miracles.
Well,
it's just like
there is a 3 Sensei's top.
Right. Well, I mean that's just to help the...
A lot of people don't run that, though, in regular Stoneblade.
Right. I think the other thing is, though, he has counterbalance in the board, so...
Yeah, I mean, I think Miracle Blade is a fair name. Heck, I'm going to scratch stone off of my piece of paper and write
Just call
Miracle.
it Blade. It's Blade. It's Top Blade. That's Sensei's Divining Blade. All right, Brainstorm from Vinnie Gorman. Setting things up here. We see Tundra in his hand. Looks like he's going to put that back. Oh, changed his mind. I see definitely a Jace the Mind Sculptor in hand. I believe he may have those in multiples. And...
Why Blade?
I don't know. I was just spouting nonsense for a moment. I mean, why don't we call it Stoneforge Mystic Control? Plays a Scalding Tarn, passes back. Ian Crow untaps his Mongoose, draws, swings in. Vinnie Gorman to 7 life right now. And now taking the damage from the Mongoose. Going to 4. Emmett Gore reminds us of the existence of Nightmare back then. That was another one.
Oh, that card was awesome.
6 for 6, right? 6 swamps, Nightmare.
I always had like a little love affair with Nightmare back then.
Agree. So Sensei's Divining Top activated here after Ian Crow adds either a Garrick Relentless or a Delver, I believe, to the board. I'm joking about the Garrick. It is Delver of Secrets. I imagine we will be getting an actual Delver of Secrets to sit there if it resolves. And it appears to not have resolved because Sensei's Divining Top flips for Vinnie Gorman. Ian Crow says, that's fine, I will play Tarmogoyf now. What do you have to say about that? Vinnie Gorman at 4 life, facing down a Nimble Mongoose and a potential Tarmogoyf here. And it doesn't appear he has a ready answer. All right.
He's going to fetch.
He's going to shuffle away that top with the Scalding Tarn. Fetching a land.
Goes for that wasteland-proof island.
Yeah, I like it.
There are 4 islands and 2 plains in this deck.
Does he have a swords? Oh, he does a blind flip. That's fair. I like it. Got to make sure that you don't get value where you just might get lucky. And Tarmogoyf resolves. He draws a fetch land off the top.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Jace and then a bounce with the Jace.
Yeah. Jace is just going to absorb a hit, I would assume. Well, I mean, Ian Crow could technically just go to the face rather than even worrying about Jace. But I don't know if I feel like you got to respect Jace a little more than that. So
oh, wow.
Oh, that's right.
Vinny's
I'm sorry.
At 3.
Vinny's at 3. He will definitely go to the face. I'm sorry. I thought he was at 4 because we did not account for the fetch land damage. So Jace the Mind Sculptor comes down. I think Brainstorm might be. Yeah, he has to Brainstorm because Jace is not enough. He sees Click, Jace, Academy Ruins, and I believe that is the match. I don't think Vinny has any answers to Ian's side of the board. He needs to deal with both of those creatures, and he does not have a way to do it. So Ian Crow with Rug Delver takes the match versus Vinnie Gorman, putting up a valiant effort there at the end, but just couldn't find.
I mean, look at this. We've only been 35 minutes into this round,
and we've seen three
matches.
three
matches.
So someone actually questioned on Twitter about, where is it? 3 matches on camera. It's got to be a record. Where did it go? Oh well, I can't find that tweet. But anyway,
We've gotten 4
there
before.
it is. Afro Dave says 3 matches on stream in 1 round sounds like a new record. We actually had 3 yesterday.
Yep.
And there's potential for a 4th now. You think we've
I've
had
seen 4 before.
I mean, do you really count the no and tell Maverick
The
match?
handshake? I mean,
it was just a handshake.
Technically.
It was technically on camera for a moment.
I mean, I saw a night attack. Did you see a night attack?
I think the knight
that
actually
sounds like magic.
Officially was going to attack 3 times, but yeah, that was magic on stream. So for those of you just joining us, I'm Joey Pasco, joined in the booth by Adrian Sullivan.
Hello.
And we're coming to you guys live from Denver, Colorado, where we are covering the Legacy Open of the Standard. I'm sorry, not the Standard. The StarCityGames.com Legacy Open is what I was trying to get out there. And we're in round 3, where we just watched Ian Crow defeat Vinnie Gorman with Rugdelver versus Blue-White Stoneblade with a splash of miracles.
Miracle Blade.
Not enough miracles, apparently. There was not a miracle on the top for Vinny. A Terminus, the 3 miracles he actually does play would have been very nice there if he was able to figure out a way to draw it, too, because he would have had to draw... well, I mean, I guess he did have a fetch land. I'm sorry. I'm worried about him being at 3. So this is a classic
Clash of the
matchup.
Titans.
Yeah. These guys, the most popular decks in Legacy, I'd say, right now. Most consistent decks.
Now,
in
Alex
Legacy right
Smith,
now.
I believe Alex Smith is a former Midwest player from, I want to say, either the Chicago or the Indiana area.
I think he is the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers as well, but maybe thinking of a different Alex Smith. Jared War preparing for battle with that last name. So this is game 3, just under 12 minutes left in the match. Oh, there's an extension for these guys. Okay, we'll correct the timer there momentarily. We'll figure out what the actual time remaining is, but we'll say just under 15 minutes, more likely for these guys. Turn 1, fetch into Mother of Runes for Jared War.
Now, Patrick Chapin very notably was making fun of every deck that had Mother of Runes show up in it. To his mind, Mother of Runes is just not legacy powerful enough, and you are a bad guy, a black hat, the enemy, if you are playing a Mother of Runes.
I definitely agree with the second half, and I can see the argument for the first half. So Lightning Bolt takes out Mother of Runes for Alex Smith on turn 1 off of Volcanic Island. Turn 2, fetch land, find a forest, says Jared War. What do we got?
What are you here for?
Alex shuffling Jared's deck here. Gives
Good
it back,
God.
and here we go. Is it a Pride Mage? Is it a Mother of Runes? It's just a Mother of Runes.
A mom? Does it have a bird friend? No, build your own elf.
Yeah.
Build your own elf. Getting a Dryad Arbor.
Planting an arbor.
And Alex says no. Daze that.
These are
And a
days. That's 10,000 Maniacs, right?
Yeah.
Old school 90s, right? Days also printed in the 90s, right? So it fits. Alex Smith keeping the board clear.
Oh, Wasteland the land.
Jared says, I'll just keep your entire side of the board clear with a Wasteland on your only land.
Green
and
Suns for 1.
Green Sun, number 2.
It's a noble hierarch. Will Alex kill this as well?
He just drew a, well, he has access to now either a Scalding Tarn or a Volcanic Island, both in his hand. Does that, I mean... Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. He also, I believe, has Misty Rainforest. So he's got 3 lands in hand, in addition to a Ponder, and one other card I can't quite see may actually be another land. So, Misty Rainforest from Alex. I believe we're going to see a Ponder here after he fetches his land. There's a Tropical Island, previously on Lost.
Nice.
That's what I think of when I think of Tropical Island now.
I think of Curacao when I think of Lost.
Yeah. And a Nimble Mongoose. That was the card that I didn't see. So, not a Ponder. Knight of the Reliquary from Jared War. Resolves.
This is a card you're going to want to get rid of, Alex.
Yeah, and he right now does not have an answer for it, although that Ponder may find him one. The island from Lost taps to cast a Ponder. Ponder finds Delver of Secrets, another Trop, and a third card that Alex doesn't like and wants to shuffle away. So, Alex Smith hoping to get lucky.
Right now, this is the critical turn of the game. Now that we have this Knight of the Reliquary, essentially the game turns on this moment. Is it still a fight, or is Maverick just going to go over the top right now with that Knight?
How big is that Knight? Is it a 5/5? I know there's Wasteland, there's Fetch Land.
Wow. And the Knight survives. I think that was a pass.
Scalding Tarn from Alex. Passes the turn. And we're going to find out about the Knight. It is a 5/5? Whatever it is, it's pretty hefty.
In.
Now it's a 6/6 because of the Exalted Trigger. 2 fetches and a Wasteland in the yard.
Oh,
wow.
Boy. That is rough. Ooh, a Gilded Drake.
Ah, very interesting. So Nimble Mongoose comes in, says, hey, Noble Hierarch, want to fight? Hierarch slides to the side and says, by all means, you can just walk right on by and damage my controller. And here we're going to see some Gilded Drake action from Alex Smith.
Yeah, he's like, here you go.
I'll take your Knight of the Reliquary, and you can have that Gilded Drake.
Wow.
Attention players, that is time in round 3. Players, that is time in round 3. Please end your turn and take 5 additional turns. Thank you very much.
Gilded Drake comes in for Jared War for 3.
+1.
+1, that's right, I'm sorry, the Exalted Trigger happens. Alex takes 4, goes to 9. Jared cracks a fetch land.
That Wasteland in the graveyard is going to make Crucible a nightmare for Alex.
Jared not choosing to make use of it just yet. Instead, he plays fetch and goes searching for a Knight with a Green Sun Zenith. And
now,
there it is.
Jared's Knight is bigger than Alex's Knight.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
But you know how to use it.
Yeah. Alex Smith shuffling Jared's deck. So Alex with 2 lands in the graveyard.
Can make that 3 at a moment's notice.
So he has potentially a 5/5 Knight. Now the Jared has 4, so that's a 6/6. Interesting little bit of tech here. You mentioned the Wasteland that Jared has access to with the Crucible, but Knight of the Reliquary can respond by sacrificing at least the Trop.
Wow.
So
Look what just hit play.
Scavenging Ooze from Alex Smith, and that's going to really make a game of it. Not only is he going to be able to potentially gain some life out of this, but more importantly, shrink Jared's Knight while keeping his own.
I thought this game was over, and then Alex goes Gilded Drake, and then Scavenging Ooze.
Several people speculating that Scavenging Ooze may be making an appearance in the in Return to Ravnica.
I hope so.
One of those being Ruben Bressler, host of the Newsening and coverage reporter for SCG Live. I think the newest episode of the Newsening is going to be going up this week, and he does make the comment about Scavenging Ooze. Oh, it went up Friday. I knew I saw it already, but I watched it on YouTube, so didn't know it was actually live on Star City. Cool. I thought it was usually a Monday thing. I was right. I'm always right. Not really. But apparently it did not go up. It was on YouTube. So for those of you with access to YouTube, if you want to watch the latest episode of the Newsening, that is available. Or you can just wait till it goes up on Monday on Star City. All right, so Noble Hierarch number 2 for Jared War. Yes, Sean Korb, thank you for pointing out Ruben Bressler is also one of the 3 hosts of In Contention podcast, of which I am also one of the 3 hosts. And the 3rd host being Matt Cranny Cranstuber, host of The Joy of Cubing, new podcast for those of you guys that like cubing, check that out.
Jared Wastelands. Alex Smith puts mana into his pool.
And his Knight gets a little bit bigger.
Wow, he eats Mother of Runes.
And Gilded Drake attacking for 5 here off of 2 Exalted triggers from the Noble Hierarchs.
And this time Alex Smith, I mean, his life is low. He eats Wasteland.
Yeah, it's an interesting little dilemma there. Alex wants to remove lands to shrink Jared's Knight, but he also wants to remove creatures so he can pad his life total a little bit here. At 3 life, it's a little scary, so he pays 1.
Oh boy.
Casts a Thought Scour, hits
look
a
at that
Submerge.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, he's thinking the same thing there. Submerge and a land, so he grows his Knight there, that's something. Draws a card off the Thought Scour. Alright, so Jared swinging in with Scavenging Ooze and Knight of the Reliquary. His stolen Knight of the Reliquary.
And Jared could, if he wanted to, oh boy, he's setting up the confrontation.
I'm gonna match you Knight for Knight and see what happens here. And Jared's Knight activating.
Is this going to be a Maze of It?
Growing a little. Could be a Maze of Ith. Could be. Was it a Wasteland?
Bog.
A Bajuka Bog. Wow, that's something. Bajuka Bog is gonna seriously shrink Alex's Knight. And
Alex is like, that's it.
yeah, Alex, unfortunately, able to overcome the onslaught that was the Maverick deck. No more. So Rug Delver falls to Maverick here in this particular match. in round 3. Still round 3. This was the 4th match we had on camera here in round 3 of 8 here in Denver, Colorado. For those of you just joining us, I'm Joey Pasco, joined in the booth by Adrian Sullivan.